Good afternoon, dear students. Today we will continue the turnover ratio, in which we will learn today the trade payable turnover ratio. Yesterday we did trade receivable turnover ratio, and trade receivable are related to net credit sales. Today we will learn trade payable ratio. Trade payable means the creditors and bills payable. And creditors and bills payable are just related to our credit purchase. So the ratio that indicates the relationship between the credit purchase and average trade payable during the year are known as trade payable turnover ratio. Trade payable turnover ratio can be calculated net credit purchases divided by average trade payables gives us trade payable turnover ratio, which is to be shown in time. Trade payable means creditors as well as bills payable. And if the amount of credit purchase is not given in the question, it is to be done on the basis of total purchase. It means it is to be assumed that the total purchase of the business is credit purchase. Now, illustration number 78. Let's do it, and the accounting treatment will be more clear to you. Credit purchases during the year, that is 6,20,000. Purchase return out of credit purchase, that is 20,000. Opening creditors, then closing creditors. Opening bills payable, closing bills payable. For the trade payable, we have to combine creditors as well as bills payable. Now, credit purchase during the year minus returns are given to us. So with the help of this, we can calculate the net credit purchase. Again, I'm telling you, first of all, you have to write the formula that what is to be calculated, and we have to calculate the net trade payable turnover ratio, net credit purchase divided by average creditor plus average bills payable. So here the net credit purchases will be purchases minus returns, and average creditors will be all the opening creditors, closing creditors, opening bills payable, closing bills payable. If we added all these terms divided by 2, it gives us the average creditors and bills payable, that will be 1,50,000. 6 lakh is our net credit purchases, and average trade payables are 1,50,000. When we divide both, we will get the answer 4 times is trade payable turnover ratio. This ratio indicates the speed with which the amount is being paid to trade payable. The higher the ratio, the better it is, since it will indicate that the trade payable are being paid more quickly, which increases the credit worthiness of the firm. In case of trade receivable ratio, we have calculated the average collection period. But in this case, the business has to make the payments. So, average payment period is to be calculated. How the average payment period is to be calculated? It will be number of days in a year divided by trade payable turnover ratio. Number of days are 365. Trade payable ratio is 4. So 91.25, it will be 92 days will be our average payment period. We consider, I explained you yesterday as well, that the payment is to be made next day. That's why we have to consider it to the next day, that will be 92 days. In the next question, we have to calculate all the ratios that we have calculated till date. Trade receivable ratio, average collection period, trade payable turnover ratio, and average. What is given over here? Revenue from operation, creditors, bills payable, bills receivable, purchases, and debtors. While calculating the trade receivable ratio, you have to consider your debtors and receivables only. And while calculating the payable ratio, we have to consider all the creditors and bills payable. So in this way, you can do this question. It is very easy to do. Next is our working capital turnover ratio. Working capital turnover ratio. The formula is to be calculated. Working capital turnover ratio is equal to revenue from operation. Here we have to consider the revenue from operation means the net sales upon working capital. Working capital can be calculated, you know very well, current assets minus current liability, and revenue from operation are the net sales of the business. Net sales means total sales minus returns if any. This ratio is of particular importance in non-manufacturing concern where the current assets plays a major role in generating the revenue from operation. This ratio reveals how efficiently working capital has been utilized in making revenue from operations. In other words, it shows the number of times working capital has been rotated in producing revenue from operation. A high working capital turnover ratio shows the efficient use of working capital and quick turnover of current assets like inventory and trade receivable. A low working capital turnover ratio shows the underutilization of working capital. However, a very high turnover ratio of working capital is also dangerous as it is sign of the over trading. It means the business is doing with too little working capital. It is an indicator of the shortage of the working capital and may put the concern in financial difficulty. On the other hand, a very low turnover ratio of working capital may be a sign of under trading in comparison to the working capital. The working capital is in excess of requirements of the business. So in this way, it should be very much clear to you about the basics of the working capital turnover ratio. But keep in your mind, the working capital turnover ratio is to be calculated on the basis of revenue from operation. So let's see the illustration number 80 and it will be more clear to you that how it is to be calculated. Cash revenue from operations are given over here. Credit revenue from operation are also given and revenue from operation returns are also given. What to do? We have to add both cash revenue from operation as well as credit revenue from operation. By adding the both, we will get the total revenue from operation. And if we deduct the returns, we will get net revenue from operation. Liquid assets, current liabilities, and inventories are given over here. Liquid assets, current liability, and inventory. If we add the liquid assets and inventory, we will get our current assets. And current assets minus current liability, we will get our working capital. Given over here, you can see the cursor is, you find cursor is highlighting this point that working capital is current assets minus current liability and current assets are to be calculated by liquid assets plus inventory. In this way, we can calculate the current assets as well. So, how the working capital is to be calculated? It is 2,30,000 minus 1,05,000. That will be 1,25,000. And how the working capital turnover ratio is to be calculated? It is 5 lakh upon 1,25,000 is equal to 4 times. 4 times will be our answer. In the next question also, the working capital turnover ratio is to be calculated and it is very easy. In this case also you have to calculate here current assets first and current liability. Let's see, cost of revenue from operation is given to us. Okay, inventory, trade receivable, marketable securities, cash and bank, trade payable, provision for tax. With the help of provision for tax and tax payable, trade payable, we can calculate the current liabilities. With the help of inventory, trade receivable, marketable securities, and cash and bank, we can calculate the current assets. Now the working capital is current assets minus current liabilities. Working capital turnover ratio is equal to cost of revenue from operation upon working capital. And we can calculate the working capital turnover ratio, that is. And keep one thing in your mind. Whenever in the question, the revenue from operation is not given, you have to adopt cost of revenue from operation. Is it do so? Next is our again the calculation of working capital ratio, in which you have to consider the formula of revenue from operation. If you remember, yesterday we did as well that the cost of revenue from operation plus GP, and if loss is there, minus gross loss, we will get the revenue from operation. In this way, the mode of calculating the revenue from operation is quite different in this case. Otherwise, the formula of calculation of working capital turnover ratio will remain same. There is no change. It is all about the day that we have to discuss, and I have finished the inventory turnover ratio today. You have to complete your numericals up to the turnover ratio. Let's recall what we did. We did in turnover ratio, first of all, the inventory turnover ratio. Inventory turnover ratio is related to cost of revenue from operation divided by average inventory. Then we did the trade receivable ratio. Trade receivable means that is related to credit sale, credit revenue from operation divided by average trade receivable. If I talk about the purchase trade payable turnover ratio, that we did today only, that is our, the formula will is to be done, that is our credit, the formula for credit payable ratio, credit purchases divided by average trade payables. Then working capital turnover ratio, revenue from operations means net sales divided by working capital. All these turnover ratio are to be shown in times only. Keep in your mind always and write all the formulas all together. Then it will be very easy to calculate and to understand, to learn as well the formula. Complete your question up to this. This is all about the day. Thank you. Now I'm just going to discuss some queries that is asked by the students on WhatsApp related to yesterday topic. So I request sir to stop the recording and allow the students to discuss with me as I have to take the queries sent by them on WhatsApp. See, yesterday I got a query related to calculation of inventory. There is a question that is our illustration number 16. In 60th illustration, it is given over here. Somebody is spoiling the screen. Please don't do this. Please stop this nonsense. I never expect this kind of nonsense from my students who are the such a genuine student you are. Please don't do this.